You're able to see us on Zoom and join in. I do see we have one of our planning board members, Russ Driscoll, is on Zoom, and it is being taped. So, members that are here, Burke Fountain, Matthew Andrade, and myself, Dan Andrade. And the first thing on our agenda, all our public hearings, let's see, all the public hearings shall be remote. We only have general business tonight, so any of you who thought we were going to use the planning board for some TV time, you're out of luck, because we're going to be really quick. We have a general business correspondence. We have a couple of bills to sign. Matthew, signed certificate of actions for 454 South Street West and 1766, 1788 Broadway. We did have two public hearings for two projects, and they were both approved. And we have a certificate of actions that the board has reviewed. And make a motion to allow me to sign. We usually have our clerk sign, but our clerk is home watching, joining in on the meeting. So, Burke?
So moved.
Matthew?
Yes.
Very good. So that was a 3-0 vote. I will sign these.
I'm a yes on that as well.
Oh, I'm sorry, Russ. Yes, that was a 4-0 vote on me signing in place of Russ. So I'll take care of that. Correspondence. Let's see, street acceptance recommendation. This is from the Selectmen. Dear Dan, at its meeting on March 2nd, 2004, the Board of Selectmen voted unanimously to forward the attached plans to you and ask for the planning board's recommendation on acceptance of Pine Street extension. Please, as soon as possible, so the board may hold its hearing.
Dan, Bob said it's not ready until they look into it more.
Okay, yeah, at our last meeting, he said that there was a couple that we're holding off on.
Yeah.
Do you want to just hold this, just so it doesn't get, I don't lose it in the shuffle?
We're just taking it off the table for now.
Okay. So that's the only correspondence that I have. Minutes. We have 2 sets of minutes.
I think we have one set.
Yeah, just one.
January 7th.
Make a motion to
January
waive the
7th.
reading and approve the minutes of January 7th, 2021.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor? Aye. That was Russ. Aye. On the minutes. Thank you. Unanimous. Planning coordinator update. Bob is not with us tonight. Serpent.
Next meeting is Monday.
Next meeting is Monday, so
Next meeting we'll have more to talk about.
all right. Plans to be signed, 1285 Broadway site plan.
Huh?
We had,
Next Monday will be a go-to meeting thing too for Circuit.
Oh,
okay, we were just informed that on Monday night, it will be a Zoom meeting, and that's for the, that is for the,
I think there's 11 of us all that'll be on it.
yeah,
And then general public probably.
oh gosh. The Serpent's working on our master plan. Our master plan is 20 years old and needs to be updated, so I think, I don't know how many more meetings they have, but I know we're getting down pretty close to the
Yeah,
end.
I'm sure they'll have an update Monday.
So that'll be on Monday, and you can see that on Zoom. We did sign, plans to be signed. We signed 1285 Broadway site plan. And we have a letter here that we're going to be sending out to Doe Run subdivision for bond. Their bond apparently ran out, and some money for a snowplow account. That was signed by Vice Chair Burke Fountain. So, anything else? Maureen, do you have anything?
I do not.
Matthew, question?
meeting.
You have anything?
No, nothing at this time.
Nothing.
I said we'd be here 20 minutes, but it was only 8 minutes.
Now, do you have any people out there?
Yeah, it looks like we have a few, and I apologize, Maureen, I know I'm supposed to, when the meeting starts, I'm supposed to say exactly when the meeting started, and we started at,
I got the time.
you got the time?
I checked my cell phone.
Okay. Is there anyone out in the public that has any questions
Yes,
for us tonight?
Yeah, I do. How are you tonight? My name is Bill Shearstone. I live on 45 Cardinal Circle, and I attended the meeting 2 weeks ago. I believe you guys were going to give us some feedback on meeting concerning the sidewalk over here at Cardinal Circle.
Yes, the highway superintendent, Ed Buckley, Bob, the building inspector, and our town engineer, they all had a meeting out there with the developer who did the roads, and they came up with a solution to cut into the driveways back further and repave the apron portion, the last part of the driveways that where it's coming down to a big V, I guess. So all 4 of them were there. They spoke to the other gentleman, I'm sure your neighbor, the one that has the handicap van, I'm not sure of his name.
Yeah, Aaron Stroney.
Yeah, they spoke to him, and they told him that because it is pavement, it's gonna have to wait until April for the temperature. But they did come up with a solution for it. Everybody agreed at the site. The developer agreed that he would redo it over, and that's how they left it. That's as much as I know. But at least they agreed.
Okay.
At least they agreed. The roadway, my biggest concern was that the roadway, for our engineer to look at the elevations of the road and the sidewalks, to see if the plan was, if everything was done according to the plan that this board approved. Because sometimes if it doesn't get built accordingly, then we do have more rights of going and asking a developer to fix something that's not his problem. Because that case where you are, that was foreclosed, the original developer went bankrupt, the bank owned it. So the people that did your subdivision and the people that built the houses were 2 separate companies. And a lot of times what happens is when the road construction gets put in, he's going by a set of plans, and he's not going by what your driveway says, because if he has to change the elevation of the sidewalk, it's not going to match the current plans. But in this case, Mr. Buckley did say that he did meet the developer out there, told him that in some of the cases where it was looked like it was going to be an issue, Mr. Buckley told him to hire his own engineer, come up with a plan, come up with a design that's going to work, and submit it to the board, and they never did. So Mr. Buckley has been out there several times working with the developer. So with that information, he agreed to cut it up and rip it out and do it over. So it will be done probably mid-April. Sometimes April and May is generally wet, so depending on the weather and the temperature. But it'll be done sometime in April.
right, thank you very much.
All right, very good, thank you. Anybody else out there?
Yeah, this is Kim Jakes, 135 Cardinal Circle. I'm sorry, I'm not able to join the Zoom call. Can you hear
Okay.
me okay?
Yep, I got you.
Okay. I appreciate the comment and the update, obviously, on the driveway, so we're looking at April timeframe. We have, in our driveway, a fairly steep incline, and they've already cut almost, I think, 3/4 of the way into the driveway already. Is the plan to just continue to keep cutting up into the driveway? I guess each situation will probably be unique, and they'll have to review it individually.
Yes,
I'm
the way,
just wondering what if that mess that would create.
well, the way it was,
Basically cutting into the drive
right,
even more.
the way it was left with the developer was that he had to look at each individual driveway, come up with a design, a plan that's gonna work, notify the highway department, notify the building inspector, and then they were gonna notify the planning board office. He's not going to be allowed to do any paving until we all sign off on what his plan is. Because he was told to do that the first time with Mr. Buckley, and he neglected to do that. So they were very, explained that to him very upfront, and told him if he does it again, that he'll be ripping it out again if it's wrong. So in April, he's supposed to contact building inspector, and then everybody's gonna be getting back together again, and he's supposed to come up with some drawings, and each one will be individual. So I know they spoke to a couple of the neighbors, and Mr. Buckley did mention that if anybody has a problem bottoming out, if their car is dragging, that maybe they could put some pavement temporarily. And the gentleman with the handicap van said, you know, he would get by until April. So, so yeah. So once April comes, there's going to be more discussion about it, and I think each person that is going to be affected will be notified, and you'll be told what's going to, you know, what they can do to resolve it, so you'll know ahead of time, and then, you know, you can.
Okay, that would be.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. That would be my only concern is I'd like to know what their intentions are before they actually follow through with it, because our driveway is already kind of a mess. So digging up more into the driveway is just going to create more of a mess. So that would be great if the plans could be shared prior to them actually approving it, even the town approving it.
Right.
Because we did not have it come to the door to ask, you know, or offer any kind of advice at this point, other than the fact that they would be fixed.
Right, yeah, so the Bob Iafredi, bill inspector and planning coordinator, he told them to, as soon as April comes, that he was gonna contact them and for them to contact him, and as soon as that meeting is scheduled, we'll find a way to notify each neighbor that their driveway is gonna be messed up for however, you know, a few days, or what the plan is.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, thank you.
All righty,
Yeah,
thank you.
very much.
Yep. Is there anybody else out there? Thank you, Brooke, for reminding me to check on Zoom. I always forget. Do we have anybody else? Hearing none. Maureen, anything for us?
No, almost that I said everything.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion was made to adjourn.
Seconded.
Seconded. All in favor to adjourn?
Aye.
That, and Russ says aye, so that was unanimous. Okay, thank you.